my god! That... Oh my god. I've seen him on TikTok. Hey, I'm Sarah. Peaceful on the surface, chaos underneath. Welcome to my world. And today we continue Tavern talk. We're in Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Chapter 10, Twin Flames, 8th of the Astral Moon. So let's start. Let's see what this day brings to us. What kind of adventurers we're meeting. Oh, Jade again. Hey, innkeeper. Hello, it's been a while since I've seen you around. A whole week, to be exact. And you already miss me? A little. Cute. I got my hands on a job all the way over in Diria. Seemed like something relatively easy but well paid. Or like something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted to be done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. Sounds like easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that'll loosen my tongue. I feel like this job drained me of all my social energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. Okay. Oh, what is that? First snow? That's a new drink. Peaks Sunrise is also new. This one is what she wants. We've got new infusions as well. Interesting. Spoken Heart. Let's hope this suits your tastes. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear. I can definitely feel my charm coming back to me. I made you a drink. Now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine. A deal's a deal. Told you the client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of two-headed sheep. Apparently that darn starfall damaged their barn and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. Didn't think they were that clever, honestly. Must be the two brains. Probably. Anyways, they got out right before the shearing appointment, and of course, the farmer needed to get them back in time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding Diria at the moment. She seems to be a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks. So local folks have been keeping a closer eye on their locks and fences. Of course the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she hired someone to bring her animals back. That someone being you? Obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling. That was exactly the issue. Do you know how stubborn two-headed sheep are? Let me guess, they're twice as stubborn as one-headed sheep? You got it. They're impossible to get moving, impossible to startle, and one head might be eating, but the other one is always watching you. But you did it, right? I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, if not thousands, of beasts, And some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against. That sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was, trust me. But luckily I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Or should I say, a retired adventurer. Oh? Yeah, she was very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral finfolk. Must have lost her arm a while ago. Oh no. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what that magical tool might be? I have no... Oh. Clovers! Wait, she's like... I don't know how to do her voice. Clovers. Morning dew clovers. To be precise. They go absolutely feral for them. A few will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper. Do you two know each other? Barely. Ha! Keep your secrets then. Oh, so mysterious, innkeeper. I wanted to buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. Didn't expect you two to be friends, honestly. Be best friends, I mean. Best friends? I think you got that wrong, Jade. I'd never befriend someone like her. I have taste. Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings. Consider me sorry, innkeep. Apology accepted. Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know you've already liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh? Indeed, I think I got the hang of it. Then what are you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink. Preferably one that'll restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly and I don't like feeling so weak. Got you. Let's see what that old magic has to offer. Don't worry, she might not look like it, but her drinks are actually really good. I bet. I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. I don't know if I like the voice I put on Una, but I didn't know what to do. Is it this one? Yes. Southern Brawler. Oh wow. Impressed? Don't get cocky now. You don't have to be shy, you can just admit I've improved. So Una, Jay told me you're retired now. Had enough of the adventuring business? Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decided to help Jade. Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch her struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer. But this was a one-time exception. Did the farmer pay accordingly? After your morning dew clovers magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happy she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a Maida. I don't have any use for stones like those. And since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell the pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift. Oh. Divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to crocheting for the rest of my life. Oh. Oh, right, because she has a crochet hook. I didn't see that. Instead of a regular, like, fishing hook, like most stories put on something like this, she has a crochet hook. Oh, that's cool. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing. Of course, I also occasionally gotta rip some youngsters off while playing cards. I haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades. Oh. That's remarkable. Or impossible for someone who's only playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter. Maybe don't come crying to me after I annihilate you. Ha! You wish. Oh. Oh. Jade, be on guard. Una, be on guard. What? I can choose. I'm gonna warn Jade. You worried about me? Cute. I just know for a fact that Una is a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. So you're saying you've lost against her? More than once, yes. Pathetic. Hey, are you talking about me? Listen, Innkeep. If your opponent is obviously cheating, like she was, you can't beat them fair and square. You've got to beat them at cheating. Now watch how a real master does it. Oh. So you're both cheaters? Then. Oh, hello. Whoa! Who's this guy? G'day! Okay. G'day. I have returned, Innkeeper. Welcome back, Miss Anwar, and welcome... This brave adventurer's name is Clay Moore. He offered unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much, on behalf of, the world. Yes, of course, the world, Mr. Clay. You don't need to do the whole Mr. thing. Just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise it sounds so formal, like talking to one of those graph people. Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those. Clay, is it then? Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? That would be a fun trade, right, Tia? Oh, he's allowed to call... Oh? What's happening here? He has a nickname for her. I think I would welcome it as well. Then what can I get you? Clay, please go ahead. Oh my. I've got a lot of stuff on the menu. How about... What's happening? Is he... one of those drinks with ingredients? What's happening with the skull on his shoulder? Is that his anxiety? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. Okay. Okay, I don't know what was happening there, but... strong muscles. This one. Okay. There you go. Try this. I think it might knock your socks off. This tastes strong and mighty, but my socks are all still on. Still, I love it. I'll have to remember this one for the next time. What's it called? Don't worry, I'll remember it for you. Thank you. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? Oh, he's happy. I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? There's no such time. Alright, then I shall aid you on your divine mission of not falling asleep standing. Wee. The Frosted Lagoon. A lot of my drinks are using the 3 bottom ones. Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right, it's delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell you the story now? Please, go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? No. I think some exposition is in order first. As you already know, Innkeeper, I plan to start my investigation right here in Zenith, specifically at the local Gaia temple. So I've been told. Mostly about the wobbling ooze. Ah, yes. That was certainly something. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Dulwell. Or should I say the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The name changes depending on who you ask. I don't know it had that many names. I always just called it Kelpie Island. Why? Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island, or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into the giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. Their portal is in the tree? Yes, right in its center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation, and I was pretty sure they were preparing some sort of morbid ritual with the acorns that they were stringing up between those bushes in asymmetrical shapes. Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Come on, common misconception. It sounds more like they were preparing to charge them with astral moonlight. For what? If you freeze them, they make for good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Not at the moment. I'm just not going to question that. Eventually I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrence around their settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation, they told me about how just recently an astral humpback whale was rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps, just 2 days before the stars fell. They said it seemed like it was running from something and that it was full of seething fury. They also claimed it to be a good sign because it promised adventure. Ooh. They weren't wrong. Seems like an understatement. They weren't wrong. She's right. It did lead us on an adventure, but I don't know if they hoped it'd wipe out the entire night sky. No one would hope for that. Well, someone clearly did. They weren't wrong about it being a sign of a change of pace, is all I'm saying. The exact definition of a subject to personal convictions. It certainly was a sign of something being awry, and I was determined to go to the bottom of it. So naturally, I made my way to nearby Carapace Beach and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. For the humpback whale, I suppose. What else would I be summoning? I thought maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for her input. Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of naturality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. Right. Sorry. Slipped my mind. You are forgiven. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request. That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Oh, did she? I did, actually. Paying dragonhead tritons and fimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twins. Therefore, making the connection to the astral sea more stable. Obviously, I hadn't managed to find a limpet shell, and one happened to be among his offerings. I honestly just thought she was decorating the beach and that she could do with more color. You weren't wrong, in a way. Sadly, Sadly, the shells burned up during the ritual. Signed Tia's hands too. Singed Tia's hands too. Just a little. Fortunately, I possess spectacular healing capabilities. Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating, or your very own ritual, Clay? I was collecting them for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling floating animals from the astral sea. And they love munching on seashells. Blah. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? I try to. They're very nice. Clay can talk to animals. Gaia's blessing rests upon him. Oh, so she... Okay. Okay, so he's a druid. I see. Fantastic. Or you're full of surprises. No, fantastic. It is! Though I'm not always sure they like talking to me. Oh. Oh. Wait. He's crying. No, look at him. Oh! They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. Oh! I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. I mean, they just disappear like they were never there? Yes. Like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the astral sea. I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many Australian creatures can traverse the plains at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back home before they're ready. And once you're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult. Or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there, or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. So you're saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite. It just beckoned them home through a celestial hug of sorts. So that means I could just visit them in the astral sea. That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous. It is? But echoes are from the primordial sea, and my family has lived here for quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes once. But for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the astral sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers. And accessing the requires meticulous planning. Not to mention, the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your Australian friends, who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim, get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen to you if you went in unprepared. But the Fae and Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived here for very long. Since the 5 interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel can become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral and primordial seas, not to mention are finally open to us again after all these years. It is a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So the portals haven't always been there? I didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. You still have to tell me how you summoned the whale. You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me about his fascinating friendships with the astral creatures, and his ability to speak with animals as if they share a language. So you asked him for help? Well, he offered his aid. I certainly would have handled it on my own, but you didn't have to. Right, that. Obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Anytime! So I summoned it. The ritual worked exceptionally well, and it appeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds beautiful. It was. in a way. The star wasn't the thing to worry about, though. The whale didn't look at all happy about being summoned. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. Its translucent skin was grey, like it was frozen with the coldness of the highest mountains or the deepest depths. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth within them. I thought for a brief second, we must fight this beast, before it consumes us and everything in its path. But when I looked over at Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes. Like he wasn't seeing a monster, but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew outweighed my fear. You knew what it needed, Clay? Not completely, but I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling when you're so scared, you get angry. When you want to fight because you're terrified you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled, to show it that I didn't mean any harm, and I held out my last conch shell in my hands. It took a moment to overcome the instinct to mistrust, but then it picked the shell up gently and ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it was swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hands against its cheek. I wanted it to know it wasn't alone. I'm sure it needed that. It did. It was sad, it cried tears of golden dust. Its tears turned to ice before they even hit the ground. It was at that moment I realized its body had been cursed with a potent frostbite. I knew it did not trust me yet, so I did what I previously would not have thought possible. Threw a hand on Clay's shoulder, and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic onto Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. He kissed it on the forehead and the ice burned away, freeing it of the endless chill. It was quite sweet. That's one lucky whale. And one unusual effect of that infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support to look like. Tia's support was very helpful. I'd hope so. Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what had happened, and it told me about fighting some sort of evil creature on 2 legs. A creature on 2 legs? So humanoid then? We assume. It turns out whales don't care much about our appearances. It cared more about all the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently it swallowed some kind of stone. It could only remember its black and white color, and that it tasted horrible. But it thought, I have a strong digestive thing. It's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The 2-legged monster just wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. It felt really bad about destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Tia, do you ever get angry? No. I'm the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. You forgot divinity? Where I come from, they call that repression. Yeah. Just messing with her a little bit, you know? Luckily, its anger subsided when it found its way back. I thought it was finally safe, but suddenly this freezing cold began. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the Highlands and we get a lot of snow in the winter. But the kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful and inescapable. Like it was freezing from the inside out. The potent frostbite I mentioned. It seems the curse took hold and slowly spread throughout its entire body. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared and angrier and colder. Until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than the cold. So in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star. A giant one at that. It looked deceptively small, contained in its belly. But apparently it was one of the biggest ones in the night sky had to offer. The East Star. It ate pharaohs? The guiding star of the endless seas? It did, and it helped. It kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened. But it said all the stars around it suddenly started to fall and spin out of place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. I didn't understand everything it described, but it sounded bad. To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured, instead of hurting others. It was alone. It didn't know all that would happen. It can count itself lucky you were there to help. It didn't. I'm sure it tried. Yeah, I'm gonna be supportive. It didn't. I'm sure it tried its best. Its best wasn't good enough. The whale isn't responsible for the horrible things that were done to it. We should celebrate that you were able to help it, instead of blaming it for its pain. I think so too. Did you also manage to free it of the star in its stomach? No. The frostbite may be gone, but that star is a part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind, a sun humpback whale. And probably the last one too, as all other stars in the astral sea have been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again, and in turn, that whale must forever live with its guilt nestled in its stomach. You're right. Some things are forever changed now. That's kind of the point of disasters. But perhaps the star didn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. It shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's starry companions, but it managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to light sometimes. I like that. You should never be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends, on the way back we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. I bought friendship bracelets for Tia and I with little whale charms on them. Oh, that's adorable. But she didn't want to wear them just yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. Aw, that's nice. That's very nice of you. Right, Tia? They're a hazard for fights and could get caught on things. Sure. I'm looking forward to seeing how they look with your armor. Tia also found something for you at the souvenir shop. She said it reminded her of your tavern. And now that I've seen it in person, I agree. Now I'm curious. What is it? Whoa. Oh, that's a very pretty mosaic. The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly this piece of art represents a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of the sun hunchback whale. That's very fitting. Thank you, Tia. So... Tia, aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? Or Clay, aren't you glad Tia was there to help you? Well, yeah. I suppose I am. You really are? You are surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might even say I could not have done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. Well said, Clay. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Will do. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale? You found out why the stars fell? You even made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all this. An angry humanoid figure? And that is who, exactly? Well, we can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Ouch. No hard feelings. I believe you are innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. I understand. Paranoia is a hard habit to break. Clearly someone orchestrated this. It seems too random and methodical to have been an accidental side effect. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could end in a calamity like the likes of which we have never seen before. Ah, don't worry too much about it, girlie. This is just the kind of oblivions are around here. How oblivions? I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen the stars fall from the sky? 0 times! I was asleep when it happened, and now that it's over, there go my chances of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors. Some horrors are fun to look at. Listen, love. When I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like this all the time. This weirdo over here did too. We all did at one time or another. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of the natural order of things. From chaos to balance to chaos to back to balance. Everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself any aneurysm over it. Just pick up a quest if it worries you and follow the natural flow of the universe. That way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired like me. Such a laissez-faire attitude only leads to failure. And even then, someone is always going to save the world in the end. And that someone is going to be me. Ha! Oh yeah, oh the youth. Anyway, old enemy, another drink for me? I'm running dry. Anytime, Una. Are you still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. Okay. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Weird way to admit you've lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid. I'll give you that. See, with one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavor. Good or bad, depends on the day. If I find your apathy borders on tragedy, and I found your hero complex unsustainable. Remember, kiddo, you don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Oh, they. Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalizes me. No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning at cards right now. Good luck with your delusions. I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. Tia, are you dying? No. She was purely speaking in the hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. But you know, maybe we should listen to her advice, at least a little bit. My granny always says, with age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. You think retirement is failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve this world, you should. Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. The latter. She was right about one thing, though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means that this too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I have never come across anything like this anywhere in the Apache's library. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades now. Its library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold, but I do believe that we don't currently harbor the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look for the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club? An ancient one. Everbloom has one of the great 7 Maiden archives. The Gaian one, to be specific. Legend has it there used to be one on each plane, even Tuat, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day, thanks to the fearless archivists. Then they fell to an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope, not much of a librarian, unfortunately. We do know an archivist, though. Just saying. Disappointing. But you could keep an eye out for it, right? You could always ask the scholarly people to pass through here. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter once she's done gambling all her money away. You could ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of all this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, innkeeper. This is very short notice. As are disasters, typically, hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do, people to help, prayers to consult. Una was right. A good night's sleep would do wonders for you. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Fine, I'll take one. Or two, though they won't be put to much use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. Oh. Okay. It's always nice to see burnout happening in real time. Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup. Soup always helps me when I have a headache, and it looked like she has a big one. Do you want some soup as well? Oh yes, please. That would be nice. I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? No, thank you, Claire. Anytime. Then the recipe will be a surprise. Have a superb day. I'll take some of those coupons too. Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you held on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. Otherwise you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? No. Me neither. But we all get angry sometimes. Oh, this is me, not him. Ha! But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Be a whole person, Clay. And don't be scared of who that is. I'll try, innkeeper. Thank you. I hope you find a way back to yourself too. Thank you, Clay. My god, they've been there all the time. Hey, the archivist! Scully! Top of the morning to you. Top of the evening to you. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces, new acquaintances. With whom do I have this pleasure today? No way. A speaking skeleton? Haven't seen one of those in a long while. Hello there. How incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully. And that one over there. And that one over there is my friend Jade. Ah, a fellow Maida. but with more skin left. Which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una and her friend Jade. Jade, that's a beautiful necklace you have there, or... Scully, shouldn't you be named after a gemstone? Yeah. As far as I'm aware, my either last names reference their bones, no? Correct, but I cannot remember what my poor bones are made out of. Death has left quite a lot of gasps in this head of mine. Gaps. A lot of gaps. Oops. Let me have a look. Looks like alabaster to me. Hard to say without a thorough analysis, though. Alabaster? That does sound familiar. Like an old name, perhaps? I'm not sure, but it's worth investigating. Thank you, Jade. Still, let us stick with Scully until we have more detailed information. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence, I happen to want to say the exact same thing. But wouldn't it be rude of us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? That is true. I haven't seen another Maida since... well, since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. See, it's a match already. You would be a shame if the two of you were to become friends. Huh? Anyways, see ya! That was quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Good mythical morning! It's well past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but it's still morning somewhere. I know. You got it! But today, I'm not here to talk with you about primordial magic. Today, we're going to celebrate my sister. Oh! Greetings, everyone. Come on in. Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully. Jade. You can call me Hex. And this is Grace, my little sister. Yes, I know. She's taller than me. You can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast. Though some fire might be fun. No fireballs inside, Hexagon. If you insist. A fireless party it is then. My bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion? My wonderfully talented sister successfully defeated her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual full-blown selenite witch. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congrats! I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed. You're very sweet. Thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Hex already told me that you're a real magical connoisseur. I would love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something to me? Of course! How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professions all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. Something for her wits. Which is this one. My, this is delightful. Say, told ya. She definitely knows her craft. Say, innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no, but I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. I can tell. Your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Scully, Hex, what about you two? I'm good. Don't want to steal the show today. I would love a refreshment for these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that'll bring back the charm of the old days. At your service. Charm. This one. There. Here you go. A drink for the charming gentleman. Oh! What a lovely taste! It warms my bones inside and out. Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, practically it would be possible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need you and your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actual laboratory for once. Ah, all that talking about studying and degrees brings back to my old memories. I also was a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist at the Gaian Everbloom archives, to be precise. Excuse me, you're the person we need. Scully, you need to go talk to Tia and I already forgot his name. Oh no, Clay. Tia and Clay, you need to go talk to them before my, well, supposedly eternal slumber. I've read a lot about the old archives, but I've never had the chance to talk to one. Archivists, maybe. Well, obviously, they're all dead. All of them? Yes. The archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a myth now. Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have gotten lost with them. I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I'd love to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge. It would be my pleasure, but sadly I cannot remember much of my research. All those years below ground and without sunlight didn't seem to have been good for my memory. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive, so I'm not even sure where one would find the archives nowadays. Or the ruins, rather. Do you remember the environment surrounding them? Maybe you just need to think about it a bit harder. No. Maybe that could help. A little, I believe. I might have been even woken up close by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia's lively blessings were juxtaposed with a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders as sharp as talons and fangs. Even if you made it out of the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steppes or a poisonous lake. The liquid in that lake could singe the meat right off your bones. I knew someone that fell into the lake once. I remember it as if it were yesterday. Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold. Wouldn't necessarily agree. They say the books and scrolls of the Maiden archives contain all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surround us. Of course you have to protect that knowledge. Would be a shame someone... Anyways, excuse me? I think I know the place Scully is talking about. Oh? It sounds like the Gravelmac. Sharp rocks next to a poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice. On this plane at least. Or else I would have heard of it. I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. Think about all the hidden treasures, knowledge left untouched for millennia. That sounds a little too ambitious, even for you. Fine. Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in the Gravelmac anyway. Oh, and you would? Who can say? Anyway, I got to go now. Shared enough secrets of the trade today already. Thank you for your reluctant service. What a lovely young lady. She would have made for a great archivist. And a grumpy one. I'm sure she just had a long day. As have I, honestly. I'm very tired. I'm absolutely sure of that. But you should be proud of yourself, so nonetheless. You should take care of yourself. You know what? Yeah. You should take care of yourself. You seem like the kind of person that does things very thoroughly. But you should still try to relax for a few days. I agree. Getting your PhD is a major accomplishment. It's nothing really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was a mere formality. Scully's and my point still stands. But I'm sure your brother would agree with us. And I'm sure. Absolutely. You're all very kind. I appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late. A splendid idea. As I would expect from a witch like you. Seems fair. Hope you get to enjoy the rest of your evening, innkeeper. I will. Though practically. New quest! The Maiden Archives. No. 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 The fabled Everbloom archives are located deep within the Gravelmac. No. No. This one? Deep within the gravel mac hide long-lost treasures, and the differing black stalkers through the verdict is still out on the cut. Is this the one, or...? Yeah, because these are not... I think this is the... Stranger, spooky armor, crash. Diria seems to be unsafe at the moment. Cattle. Mary Morgan. Great sword. A banshee. I think this is the... But is it... Does it make sense? The Maiden archives once held the infinite knowledge of the cosmos. The Gaian Everbloom could hide answers no one is quite ready for. The fabled Everbloom archives are located deep within the Gravelmac. Yeah, a lifeless, dangerous mountain range. Deep within the Gravelmac hide... Yeah, I think this is... Okay. We got a quest. At least. Trouble in Paradise. Clay and Tia. Good morning. Good morning, Clay. Did you sleep well? I did. It took ages for you to fall asleep. I was too excited thinking about our adventure, but I slept really well. Happy to hear that. Tia, did you sleep? She passed out right after she had some soup. I hope that Lady Cassiopeia would send me signs for my divine mission in my dreams. Did she? I don't remember. Sounds like you slept well then. Anyhow, I see you had time to prepare the quest. Wonderful, let's get started. Let's take this one step at a time. Clay, I was looking forward to some soup. And I hope you like lentils. I left some with your purple friend and told him to keep an eye on it. Oh no. He has eaten it. Well, I hope Andu enjoyed that soup. Thank you for feeding my familiar, Clay. Of course! Did you two enjoy your soup? Very much. Clay is quite the talented chef, even though eating it did make me very tired. And Tia is a very good cooking companion. It took a while to make, so we had a lot of time to talk. It was nice. What did you talk about? Friendship bracelets, I hope? Not quite. Many things, like I thought it'd be fun to make her niece one of the little dolls my granny taught me to make. The ones with the flower dresses and mini axes. I don't have any siblings or cousins, but Tia said she's gonna make little star lamps for my parents' garden. Is that so? He offered to cook for my family. And I can't offer to cook for his. My cooking skills are unimportant to my destiny. But I thought if I were to visit, it would be appropriate to bring some sort of thank you gift. And who wouldn't want some stars in their garden, especially now? That sounds lovely. Have you ever visited the Highlands before? No, not this far, though I have always wanted to. Our snow dragon building competitions are famous. I've never heard of those. Oh. They do sound intriguing. When I was young, one of my favorite stories the Elysian told me was that of the ever-burning flame. It is said to have been a gift from Leviathan to the first mortals. Along with it, he bestowed the power of elemental manipulation upon his chosen. I vaguely recall there being another version where one of the guardians stole the flame from him instead. Blasphemous, I say. It is all that is. We should be thankful for the gifts he has given us. I've always wanted to pay my respects to the flame. And it just happens to still be burning in an ancient temple in the Highlands, keeping the hope of Asteria alive for eternity. So I'm looking forward to seeing it in person sooner rather than later, and with a local guide, no less. I've never visited it before either, but I once went to the Autumn Glow Festival in Varika. You can see the temple from there. The Autumn Glow Festival? What's that about? I'm sure I can tell you all about it another time. Please, let's get back to the quest. You're right. Let's continue. Now, the quest. Of course. So I'm assuming you're going together? Unfortunately, I was going to go alone, but Clay insisted on coming along. Why is that unfortunate? It's a very dangerous quest, and he is not practiced in the ways of the divine warrior. Could you imagine if he tried to befriend some bleak stalkers? That'd make for a fun story, I think. But if you really want to do this alone, you could just go by yourself. I don't think she actually does want to do it alone. I think she wants Clay to go along with her. Would you make her soup then? Exactly. That makes sense. Plus, I need to meet those bleak stalkers. I've never seen any before, and I can't wait to find out what they like to eat. They like to eat you. Only if they're hungry. Could you at least try to be reasonable? I am! Local creatures can be very helpful. I know they can be dangerous too. Of course it's important to have your guard up so you can defend yourself if they're scared. Generally, if you approach anything non-violently, they'll like you more. Maybe the innkeeper can give us some extra charisma too, so we can convince them to help us out. I could offer you some honey flowers as well. They can be very inspiring, even to bleak stalkers. I think so, at least. I've never tasted that one out, actually. We could test it for you. Nonsense. We'd need to head into this knowing we'll have to fight our way through. That name Bleak Stalkers doesn't exactly inspire confidence in their hospitality. Not to mention, there could very well be many more dangerous monsters roaming the abandoned Everbloom. We need to refresh our strength and hope that our mortal weapons will be enough to damage them. If that's of concern, I could offer you some citron. It's infused with divine properties that'll bless your weapon strikes. With a little help from the dragons, no creatures should be able to withstand you, no matter how bleak. Citron can only be found deep within the Forbidden Valley. How would you even have access to that? Oh, you know. No, I don't. Anyway, I think both of your strategies could work. Strength and Citron will let you fight your way through and danger in no time. But the right mix of defense, charisma, and honey flowers might offer a more unconventional solution. Can you help us decide? I don't want to argue. Sure. Okay, so either they can fight or they can talk. Kind of. And I've been liking the passive play I've been doing. So I think I'm gonna do this one. So a frosted lagoon, but with this infusion? No. Not a frosted lagoon? I don't know. Or one of the other... Oh, this one. First snow. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. Gives us 2. We already have enough of charisma, and then we just need 1 more agility. First snow. Yeah? Was that correct? I would love to hear the story about you befriending those black stalkers. Or at the very least, how their teeth were no match against your armor or your pecs. Plus, this worked well for you last time, Tia. Let's hope I'll be lucky again. Fine, I trust your judgment, Innkeeper. Good, you should. Thank you for all your help, Innkeeper, but we should get going now. Indeed. Wait, why are you in such a hurry? Yesterday I met Fable at the farmer's market and they helped me pick out the right vegetables for the soup. And then they invited me to the barbecue on the 31st of Cassiopeia. So I need to make it back in time for that. You can always leave early if it takes too long. And what about you? What about me? You're also coming? I have to work. You also have to eat. Saving the world is bound to make you hungry. Yeah. And you might even have fun. Who knows? I will consider it. Let's hurry then. Let's... Innkeeper, can you let Fable know we'll be back in time? Of course. Of course, I'll let them know as soon as they grace my tavern with their presents again. Oh yeah, Grace should know too. I think she's bringing her famous fortune nuggets. Who's Grace? I'll tell her as well. I wish you a successful quest. Who's Grace? It shall be so. See you soon. Who's Grace? Greetings, Innkeeper. Hello, Archie. Good to see you again. It's always a delight to be here. It makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger already. I'm glad to hear that. Speaking of which, were you able to help those farmers out? Oh yes! Talking to Fable was truly inspiring. They were so right. The farmers really had no interest in gold or other riches. So instead I helped them with reconstructing their land, barns, houses, with my own 2 hands. I even got some blisters from it. Remnants of my first ever heroic deed. Very exciting and painful. Now that I think about it, do you have a recipe for a drink that could help out in this specific situation? I want to be able to help every single farmer with ease. I want to lift the heaviest logs and steel myself for the most stubborn splinters. You're right, a drink like that is still missing from my receipt book. Let me think of something. Oh, thank you dearly. When I was making my way to your tavern, I walked past an astounding duo of adventurers. A stunning seraph and a massive half-giant. They were so utterly impressive. I aspire to be like them someday. It feels like I'm a book, like I delved headfirst into one of the stories in my bookshelves. Magic and adventure surrounding me with every step, and unknown lurking dangers in the shadows. This is all so exciting, but now I'm just daydreaming. Originally, I came here seeking one of your magical drinks. Of course. What would you like? Preferably something that'll help me defend myself from devious dangers, like splinters in my hands. The drink I had last time did... well, I presume it did something, but those splinters were a real nuisance. I'll tell you that. I got you, don't worry. Okay. No. This one. Protection against your Archimedes splinters, here you go. Ha! I can already feel my skin getting tougher. Helping people grow calluses is my secret party trick. Maybe I should bring my friend here someday. Your drink mixing magic is quite peculiar, really. Oh, your friend? Is he from Windmore as well? That is correct. I've known him since we were kids. Mostly due to our parents being of similar wealth and influence. I think we were kind of chosen to be friends. We decided to write each other letters when he's not here in Zenith. He's actually in a kind of dire situation right now. You see, he's a diplomat, deeply involved in the whole Dirium mainland negotiations. Due to him nearly getting kidnapped during his last business trip to Diria, he decided to fire his entire personal security crew. If you ask me, his reaction was a little over the top, but I don't interfere with his decisions, so... Now he doesn't have any bodyguards, and I would like to help him. But honestly, I have no clue what I should do. He definitely doesn't need my money, just like the farmers didn't. He's got more than enough of it as it is. I mean, if you're brave enough, you could volunteer to be his bodyguard. Splendid idea. I like how you think, innkeeper. But I don't know if I'd be strong enough, even with your magically infused drinks. He might need more protection than I could offer. Well, I still do that thing with the quests. Oh, you're right! I could just hang up a quest on your pinboard. And then some brave adventurers will offer to help us out. My friend means the world to me. Oh, my friend means the world to me. I would never forgive myself if something happened to him. So you're looking for the best bodyguards in Zenith? Absolutely. Well, I already have some folks in mind that are more than qualified to do the job. Let's just hope my quest writing skills are enough to attract just the right people. Do you write a lot? No. Yes. Sometimes. I love to write stories about cunning and courageous adventurers. Somehow they always manage to get out of the most dreadful situations by cheating death multiple times. But that's, well, writing doesn't really fit the image of a heroic adventurer himself, does it? Why would I dream of other people's journeys if I could live the tales myself? You've got a fair point. Also, it's always easier to write about things you've experienced firsthand. Absolutely. Oh, I can't wait to see my friend again and help him out. I'll be more than prepared. Fable also offered to teach me how to use a bow. How could I say no to such an enticing offer? Getting taught by the Fable of the Ashen Grove themselves? It's more than I could have ever dreamed of. They also mentioned another friend of theirs, an imposing Vulcan lady named Kelin. Do you know her by any chance? Oh, Ke? Yes, I know her quite well. She's quite the local legend, or she's a... You know what? I'm gonna talk her up. She's quite the local legend. I'm surprised you haven't heard of her. She single-handedly outsmarted the Wyvern Chimera. That's incredible! This tavern is full of hidden treasures. Apparently Lady Kerlin is bored because her new protégée is on a mission and hasn't returned yet. So she'll be joining my training with Fable. Oh, you're in for a ride. How thrilling! I nearly can't contain my excitement. But for now, I've got to think of the right words for the job posting. Don't worry about that. Assembling quests for patrons is one of my services. Really? That would be so helpful. I got you. You'll have the perfect crew of bodyguards for your friend assembled in no time. Trust me. Thank you so much, and also thank you for the drink. Coming here is always a delightful source of inspiration. I'm always happy to help. Until then, innkeeper. See you next time, adventurer. I've never seen this person before. Hey, how's it going? Hello, come on in. This is a cute little tavern. I'm not gonna lie, this wasn't that convinced from the outside, but the interior is really adorable. I'm glad. Are you accustomed to more opulent exteriors? For sure, but I do enjoy the cozy feeling of a simple tavern. You know, it's good being away from the hustle and bustle of the big cities sometimes. I get that. Are you new in town? I am. How did you know? It's been a while since I last saw a phantasm around here, that's all. I just took a guess. Ah, I see. I came here straight from the capital. Just needed a moment to breathe. You get me? Oh, I do. That's why I settled here, on the outskirts of Zenith. This town is big enough for me to never run out of work, but small enough to not feel overwhelmed. Yeah, exactly. So, do you run this business, innkeep? Correct. Just me, my familiar, and this tavern. Oh, and all the regulars that come here, of course. Of course. And with whom do I have the pleasure today? Perhaps one of my next regulars? Who knows, maybe? The name's Voyage, but you may call me Voy. Did he just blow a kiss at me? Alright, Voy. Got it. What can I do for you today? Well, I mean, a drink would be the way to go, I suppose. Wait, don't tell me. You haven't heard of me? No, not yet, I'm afraid. I suppose I should have? I'm the Voy, the famous bard. Ring any bells? Nope. Well, I guess you'll have to get to know me then. And what better way to do so than with a fine drink made by the finest innkeeper? Excuse me! You're a real sweet talker, aren't you? I guess I am. Yeah. Is there something specific you would like? No. Surprise me with something that'll make me even more irresistible, like a real Prince Charming. Oh my. Was he trying to flirt? He wants a spoken heart. Okay. May this drink give you an unwastable silver tongue. Oh, this is good. Nearly as good as my musical talent. I have a feeling this drink might influence your next performance. Will it boost my charisma even further? You'll have to wait and see. Let's just say you might want to come back afterwards to get another drink. Oh, now you're teasing me. How about you tell me more about, about you now? Didn't want me to get to know you better? Didn't you want me to get to know you better? Hold on tight on your counter, innkeeper, cause I'm about to knock your socks off. Bring it on. So, right in front of you is the one and only Voy. Traveler of lands, stealer of hearts, and the most famous bard in all of Fasoa. Not only because of his immaculate talent, but also because of his good looks, I might add. I'm fairly impressed. Of course you are. Might ask for an autograph later then. But what brings you here, Voy? As I said, I needed a breath of fresh air. A short break from the big city. Is it hard being famous? Not really, no. Maybe a little bit, sometimes. But making music and performing is my job, and I absolutely love it. So it's not a big deal, really. It just makes me cherish the quieter moments. Makes sense to me. Would it be cool if I kept you and your little familiar company for a bit? Absolutely. Make yourself at home. Nice. Okay. Oh! Oh my god. That... Oh my god. I've seen him on TikTok. Hello there, traveler. What can I get you? Usually, it's my role to ask that, but given the circumstances, I'll humor you. Well, this is my tavern. And it has come a long way. Love the color of the walls. And new coat? It's been a good few years since my last renovation. But yes, I thought it was nice Yeah, I thought it was time to accept some change into my life. Thought so. What is a life if not the constant changing of the self? How I missed your endless wisdom, Quincy. I can only imagine, innkeeper. Look like you might be in need of a refreshment. How about a drink? Yeah, a long journey surprised me with something as charismatic as your little establishment. Quincy! Ah. I'm honestly not surprised that he's in this game though. It's quite nice. I've watched him a little bit on TikTok. It's always wholesome. Here you go, liquid charisma, my specialty. This tastes magical. Seems like you've improved a good deal since last time. Practice makes perfect after all. Indeed. So what brings you to this corner of the world? Ah! I'm looking for the feathers of a peculiar little bird. They're said to only reside in this neighborhood, or continent rather. What bird? The golden loon. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but the golden loon? They're quite beautiful to behold. If I were you, I'd look for them near a big lake. That's where they usually hang out. But only in Fasoa. Hence why I came all this way. Oh, plumage of gold! Glistening in lights of day! A traveller's bold! That would be a very poetic way to greet them. Tell that to the stupid song of the Vigor Guild. They didn't like it? Nah, they don't like anything that isn't mainstream. Like subtext. But isn't that what lyrical works are all about? Pouring your heart and soul into something for others to take in? And only if you push away the layers and read between the lines will you find the true meaning. Exactly my thinking. It's just that now I'm afraid that they'd laugh at me. Or remember me as the bard without a heart. All because they don't understand. You know, there's nothing wrong with being afraid. Fear can sometimes keep us safe from danger. But something to keep in mind is that fear does not stop death, it stops life. Do you enjoy your art? Yeah, and I want others to enjoy it too. I for one greatly enjoyed your Golden Loon haiku. I'm gonna be nice. Oh, innkeeper, thank you. What? Stop it! No. You shouldn't base your value on whether people like what you create or not. There'll always be those who don't get it and those who find themselves in it. Do it for the people who appreciate your art, but most importantly, do it for yourself. That's one way to look at it. You know, I imagined all this so differently, way easier for sure. Moving from Tregorin, the smallest of towns, to the big city, I'd always dreamt of joining the Sov Guild. But then they promptly rejected me. But I'm Voyage, and I don't give up because of things like that. I don't need a guild to get out there and share my music. All I need is me and my Hagam. That's right. I've seen many people spend too much time giving attention to those who will never understand them. My 2 cents. Live for what you believe in and allow others to make their own decisions. That's what I'm doing. good. But, unfortunately, I have to leave now. Gotta find those loons before it gets dark. It was nice having you around, Quincy. Until next time, and don't forget, take care of yourself, innkeeper, and be safe out there, Voyage. You too. Nice guy. Yes, he's an old friend. Didn't know you'd do friends. Perhaps we could be friends too, innkeeper. Not yet. Oh. Maybe one day. He's been here all day. Hey, Una. Welcome back. Quick! Innkeep! Your strongest drink! This is an emergency. What happened? It's absolutely urgent. Relationships are on the line. Not lives? Listen, Innkeep, I'll tell you the story, don't worry. But you gotta be a little patient because Baya really needs a drink first. What? Yes, please. What do you need? The same as last time? Oh, the one was really delicious. I'd love to taste it again, please. Got it. I'll get you something that'll make you feel as sturdy as a tree bark again. What happened? What happened? I hope Baya is okay. Relationships on the line? What does that mean? I don't know, but I hope we'll figure it out. There you go. There you go, my strongest drink to the rescue. Thank you. This is good. Oh, thank the dragons, because the pause made me so nervous. I really thought she would mess it up. Thanks for having so much faith in me, Una. Ha! You're welcome. But Baya, are you feeling better now? Yes, at least a little bit. That's good to hear. Please fill me in on the situation now. I've never seen you this upset, Baya, and you have to enjoy the Bloontide Festival every year. You're right. So, I have this group of friends. They're girlfriends. We three have been inseparable for at least a few centuries. But now... very insensitive to ask an emotionally vulnerable and sweet girl what's troubling her, innkeeper. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. It's okay. How about I tell her what's going on, Baya? So you don't have to strain yourself. Thank you. Okay, so, sweet Baya over here has had a long-lasting group of friends, right? Right. They're a trio, inseparable for at least a few hundred years. And they're an adorable trio, might I add? The Swamp Monster, the Banshee, and the Merry Morgan. Ah, yes, the Merry Morgan. The wrathful spirit that is known to drown men. I've heard she doesn't really differentiate between genders, though. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, the Merry Morgan and the Banshee are a couple. Oh! So I figured. Have been for a while. I recall them coming by once or twice. But right now... how should I put it? They're in a domestic dispute. For some reason, the two have completely stopped talking to each other. They even refuse to show up to Baya's monthly tea parties, insisting they'll only come if the other isn't invited. Why? I don't know. It's like they don't like each other anymore. And soon they won't like me anymore either. It doesn't smell like a breakup. Let's not catastrophize. I don't want my friend group to fall apart. People have always left me because I scare them. I don't want them to leave me too. Now, I'm sure they won't. Say something, innkeeper. Don't worry, buyer. Even if they do break up, you'll be fine. Oh! Don't worry. Even if they do break up, even if they do break up, you'll be fine. You'll find new friends, I'm sure of it. Now that's reassuring. I'm just trying to be realistic. Ugh, don't listen to her. But what if she's right? What if they do break up? What if they really leave me? I just wish there was something I could do to help them. If I might just add my 2 cents real quick. Hi, I'm Voy. That's short for Voyage. You might have heard of me before. I'm pretty famous. No. Doesn't ring any bells, sorry. Anyway. So, Baya, that's your name, right? Mm-hmm. What's keeping you from getting to know other people? Like, you seem really chill. Well, usually everyone's afraid of me. But the innkeeper has always been nice to me. I trust them. And I've known Una for a while now. Didn't she pick endangered flowers from her backyard last time we met? Yes. The bouquet was really cute. I know, right? You met a lot of people when you traveled across the lands looking for potential clients and work. And honestly, I've seen stranger creatures than her in my years as an adventurer. Baya's also really cute, and all that moss and kelp. Oh. Shush. Aww. I mean, you might look a little terrifying, that's true. But maybe you just have to figure out how to get through to people. I'm sure they'd want to be your friends. I don't know about that. Usually they try to burn me. Luckily I don't scar easily. Oh, what a nice metaphor. Might have to use that in a new song if you don't mind. People hurting you over and over again just because they're afraid. Exes leaving you, but you always manage to get over them. It's not a metaphor. Once every few moons people surround me with torches and pitchforks. Oh. Ah, well, that's unfortunate. You don't say, kid. But honestly, I know how you feel. Sometimes facing people is terrifying when you feel so different. But there's always something to love about everyone, like my handsome smile or enchanting voice. Maybe people would enjoy my spa. You run a spa? That's fantastic. Yes. You should come visit sometime. Voy, that's short for voyage. Just Voy is fine. Do you want to come too, Una? I'd love to, yes. There's nothing more soothing for old boy bones than a nice swamp bath. Hehehe. Do you get a lot of customers? No. None. Maybe I can change that. Let me advertise your spa at my next performance. I would love that. Thank you. No worries, Baya. But let's get back to your girlfriends. Innkeep, don't you know someone that could help them out? This situation is kind of tricky. They might need a mediator. I can absolutely hang up a quest for you if you want. That would be great. Thank you so much. Of course, making my patrons happy is part of my job. Now who's the sweet talker, huh? But now I have to wait, right? Yes, unfortunately. How about you show us around your spa in the meantime? It would be my pleasure. And once we're back, there will be a solution for your two friends. No pressure. There's a millennium-long relationship on the line, remember that? Absolutely no pressure. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. See you then, Inky. Yeah, see ya. Oh, I can't wait to feel how smooth my skin is after a mud mask. You think I can take my crochet hook with me? Probably. I'm gonna make 2 quests or 1. The Mary Morgan and the Banshee are a loving couple most of the time. I'm gonna put that first, that, and then the capital, no. 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 Oh. A banshee? Yeah. This? Mary Morgan, known for a passion of drying temperatures, and Banshee. And then it was the a diplomat fired his entire personal guard looking for fighters to protect him from the dangers of this business trip. Maybe this. And Tyria seems to be... No? This, I guess, because this is all about Tyria and the diplomat. Maybe? Yeah. I tried at least. It takes 2 or 3. This is chapter 12. Oh, excuse me. Hi, we're back. Ah, welcome back, Melly and Malachite. John? I'm calling him Blade now. What? Yeah. Of course, I kill people with these. Because I kill people with these. No, because your sharp tongue, silly. Oh. Well then, Melly, Blade, it's good to have you two back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars? Yes! With the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out. That's remarkable, I have to say. Good thing you went with her, Blade. It was a dangerous mission. Did you encounter a T-Rex? Of course not. We were nearly burned alive. That's not what I would have expected. You must always expect life to double-cross you. I'm glad you both made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what was the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Do I need to worry about Andu disappearing too? How about we tell you what happened in Zoford, but only in exchange for 2 free drinks. I can see you've learned a thing or two on your first big mission. Blade taught me how to be more cunning. Only the basics. Oh, no need to be so humble. You taught her well. What kind of drink would you like today, Melly? I want something... something that'll polish my investigative and deductive skills. A drink that'll make me even smarter than I am now. So no mysterious case like this one will ever be unsolvable for me. Coming right up. Ooh. Oh. That one. He is like her big brother or something. Oh. Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply. Thank you. Let me try. Ooh, this is good. I can barely feel it. I'm going to be completely unstoppable. Oh no. Oh yes. Initially I wanted to sit this one out, but I might actually need a drink now. It would be my pleasure if it means that I get to hear your story. Also, I am longing for another one of your little secrets. Right. We made a deal. Correct, correct. So, what will it be today? Maybe something that'll help me counter her verbal attacks, now that she's linguistically invincible. So the usual, alright? Give me a second, I'll be right back. Yeah. This should make things easier for you. Oh. I can see it in his face! Is it that bad? Huh? No, silly, he likes it! You can clearly see it in the way his scarf is moving. Ah, I see. My deductive skills aren't that bad after all. Think you could teach me a thing or two sometime? Of course! Then we'll be a trio. The detective, her trusty bodyguard, and the curious apprentice. I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been an apprentice. I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be a part of this. But I couldn't have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty bodyguard is an honorable duty. And I'm glad you came with me. Of course. Couldn't let you walk headfirst into the open maw of a hungry T-Rex. Did you actually encounter a T-Rex in Suffolk? No, don't be silly. For a moment, I thought you just shared one of your many secrets with me. Right, I guess I owe you one of those now. My hair isn't actually all black. Well, I can see that. You have white stripes. I know. That's not a secret. I can clearly see the white streak. Anyways. But now, please, I'm dying to know what happened in Suffolk. Fine. Took us a while to get to Suffolk, but we made it there eventually. Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention. Which is super important. You have to get a good feeling for a city if you want to investigate it. But we didn't have a lot of clues to start with, just a few missing familiars and alleged ghost animals. So we started asking around, as detectives do when they want to collect some evidence. Sadly, most people didn't really want to talk to us. They probably thought Blade was one kind of burglar or thief. Probably because he is. One person also mumbled something about insurance brokers, but I had no clue what they were talking about. We started sneaking around the docks, and we overheard two fishermen talking to each other. They were talking about a weird dog one of them had seen earlier that didn't behave quite dog-like. Apparently they believed the sea witch had sent spirits hiding in the form of animals. And there had been a lot of weird animals around them at that point. So people started getting wary of strange or unusual creatures. Even the non-suspicious people thought they had some kind of disease, like rabies or something. I'd also stay away from animals infected with rabies. Exactly, who wouldn't? It's the only logical thing to do. But somehow my detective senses were tingling. I knew I had found a clue, I just didn't know how to connect it to the missing familiars yet. Maybe familiars could get infected with rabies, and that's why they went missing. But of course the fishermen didn't talk about any magic, wizards or familiars. Just fish. Sounds kind of obvious to me. So we kept looking for other clues. And we found one, on the ground, surprisingly. Oh? It was an old newspaper with a very interesting article on the front page. Apparently there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiars. We decided to check it out. That does sound promising. It was. At least more promising than the rabies dead end. We managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky, but none of them wanted to talk to us at first. Since none of them wanted to talk to us at first, I think they were kind of scared. Maybe they just wanted to protect their friends. But I didn't have time for that pathetic self-sacrificed empathy. That drink you prepared for me really did wonders. I was strong enough to overpower one of the draconic beasts. All of a sudden, they were quite eager to talk. It only took Blade a few well-executed intimidation tactics to get them to speak up. Of course, I also took some notes, so I can learn to be more threatening myself. A detective's gotta know her way around, am I right? As long as you don't threaten me over a drink next time. Alright. But the familiar told us something strange. They said all those familiars that went missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So, of course, we had to pay that wizard a visit. Preferably when he wasn't at home. I think that's called burglary. Burglary. All it took to find out the wizard's address was a little bit of playing around with my trusty knife. The familiar quickly told us everything we needed to know. So we let them go and made our way to the wizard's house. We managed to break in without anyone noticing. It was so exciting! We snuck around looking for evidence, maybe a hidden ritualistic chamber or something like that. And did you find one? Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside there were a lot of books about different kinds of animals, daring ideas and dubious spell descriptions. But I didn't really understand any of it. Except there was one little thing, scribbled on a piece of paper, crumbled up as if it had been thrown away. It looked like a recipe for a magical drink just like the ones you serve. Ta-da! That's very useful. Ugh. And that's not necessarily stealing if it was thrown away, right? Not that it would matter now anyways. We were rummaging through his belongings and scrolls when we suddenly heard the front door squeak and croak as someone entered the house. We hadn't been quick enough with our investigation. And definitely not subtle either. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off. And a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous. So we had to be on guard. Blade decided to hide under the desk in the middle of the room, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedged myself right on top under the ceiling. So I was hidden but could still see the whole room. Good call. I watched as the magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colorful bird, and a two-headed sheep. Oh no, not one of those again. Huh? It's nothing. Please continue. It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly. The lizard walked on two legs, and the sheep's two heads always looked in the same direction. As if they were all infected with rabies. All four of them started to get real close to the table where Blade was hiding. And asked if the wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals, "No, you three, get out of here. I don't want you to get in trouble or hurt." I already had my fingers wrapped around the handle of my knife, ready to strike. I'm sure he felt my murderous intent. But it does sound like he cared about those animals. That's what I thought too. As soon as they had left the room, I saw him create a ball of flames in his hand. He was ready to strike. And I knew I had to do something. He would have done horrible things to Blade. So I yelled, "Stop infecting those poor animals with rabies!" The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His eyes were so big as if he was absolutely terrified. Then the flame in his hand started to flare up even brighter. I immediately knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rule the Thieves' Guild taught me and just popped up from underneath the table. That was very brave of you. That was kind of a foolish thing to do. Honestly. Yeah. I won't take criticism from someone who never leaves their own tavern. It was the only logical thing to do. I saw her on top of that shelf, paralyzed with fear, so I shouted, "Jump, now!" Awoken from my paralysis, I did as I was told and jumped down from the top shelf right onto the desk. But all the notes and the pieces of paper there made the surface kind of slippery. I panicked and tried to get a grip with the help of my claws. I tore some of the papers and one of them even got stuck on my paw. Luckily, I caught her. She's so light that I was easily able to scoop her up. And then the wizard started yelling something about annihilating all his years of research. I think he meant Melina messing up his desk. I didn't want to destroy his notes and research. I didn't do it on purpose. Of course you didn't. But what happened next? Were you able to clear up the misunderstanding? Maybe in another reality we could have talked it out. But the fire in his hand made me so uneasy I couldn't let go of my knife. He was so terrified, I think he thought I wanted to attack him. So he tried to strike me first. He shot his fireball at us. Luckily I had already grabbed Melina. And with the extra dexterity your drink provided, I jumped to the left and somehow managed to dodge the attack. The whole desk exploded. There were burning splinters and papers everywhere. Are you two okay? Did you get hurt? I'm okay. Blade used his body to shield me. It's nothing. Miraculously, I only got hit by some debris. Nothing I couldn't handle. I've felt worse. But I was really lucky you made me the drink with those phoenix chilies. It would have absolutely caught on fire otherwise. The flames started spreading super quickly and the only way out of the room was past the wizard. But he had already started preparing another fireball to finish us off once and for all. I needed a way to buy some time or a distraction. So while he readied his spell, I reached for the bookshelf that Melina had hidden on top of earlier. Again, it must have been your magic. Because even though it was a massive piece of furniture, I could easily knock the whole thing over. In that exact moment, the wizard also launched his second fireball. It would have definitely hit us if I hadn't moved the shelf. There was a second explosion. Then, burning books and huge chunks of wood everywhere. And with a big whoo, the shelf crashed to the ground. I didn't really know how it happened, but the wizard must have gotten buried under it somehow. I knew getting out of that room was our highest priority. Sooner or later the flames would catch up to us as well, I was sure of it. I kept a tight hold of Melina and jumped over the burning debris to the door, then stormed outside. Getting us both to safety was more important than the life of a wizard that tried to kill us twice. I guess you're right. I'm glad you two are alive and well. That does sound rather dangerous. The story isn't over yet. We made it out of that room, but ran into those 3 weird animals that had accompanied the wizard. I recall a lizard, a colorful bird, and a 2-headed sheep. Am I right? Correct. First, I thought the rabies-infected animals wanted to attack us. But suddenly, they spoke to us. In our heads! That's odd. Usually it's familiars that communicate like that. Now, hold on tight, innkeeper, because they were, in fact, not infected with rabies. The animals were actually former familiars that the wizard transmuted? Yes! He transmuted them into animals. Not because he was evil, but because the familiars asked him to. They were tired of their dragon-like bodies and wanted to finally experience life as real animals. Naturally, they had no prior experience and still had to learn how to act in accordance with their new forms. So all the weird animals, like that dog the sailors were talking about, weren't actually infected with rabies, but were transformed familiars. Excellent work, detective. But there is one thing I don't understand. Why didn't they just tell their friends and wizards about their wish? That's simple. They were scared. Scared of rejection, ignorance, loneliness. So they just kept to themselves. Of course, their friends assumed the worst after weeks of not hearing from them. It's so sad. They were scared of being left alone and chose a life full of self-inflicted loneliness instead. And then we went and destroyed their home too. But you didn't do that on purpose. Exactly. The wizard destroyed his own home by himself. I didn't even attack him. I know. But what about his 3 familiars? They went to check on the magician first, and returned without him. Their faces spoke volumes. Did he die? Either the falling shelf killed him, or the fire did. For his sake, I hope it wasn't the latter. Nevertheless, there was nothing we could have done for him. After we made it out, I tried to tell the familiars that they should just talk to their friends. I'm sure they could have all figured it out together, but they just ran away from us. Understandable, after what we did. I think they heard what I said, but I don't know if they'll actually do it. I think you did everything you could. The rest is out of your hands now. And you uncovered the truth, so you completed your first mission. It doesn't feel like a success, though. Don't be too hard on yourself. You did everything you could. Sometimes you can't prevent tragedy. She's right. Life can be cruel, and the sooner you realize it, the better. Alright. Ah! The familiars also gave us something. Oh? Neither of us have any use for it, so we wanted you to have it. Don't say that. That makes it sound like it's a bad gift, and it's not. What is it then? It's a ring of beast storing, with a lost familiar inside of it. They said the wizard found it a long time ago, but its patron never showed up. We named it Renu. Melina can't take care of it, and I have my sheepfish Rufus. But you have Andu, so you already know how to take care of a mini dragon. Oh, I absolutely do. He might enjoy some company. I wouldn't have minded him staying and only. He might enjoy some company, so thank you too very much. Oh, look at that! Oh, he's so cute! I need to go back to Rufus now. He gets lonely without me sometimes. Or is it that you get lonely without him? He's my pet. I need to take care of him. Don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. Though it's nice to see how much you care for your pet. He's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago. Were they also eaten by zombies? No. They were burned alive. Oh! Oh no. I remember it as if it were yesterday. It was late afternoon, and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. They never returned. I wanted to look for them. When I got to the village, every house, every barn, and even the ground was ablaze. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help, and my parents were nowhere to be found. A few of the survivors confirmed they had seen them earlier that day, before the fire. I later found out the perpetrator was the pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with a farmer over some payments and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set fire to his barn. But the fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives, just like it did today. That's awful. I'm sorry, Blade. It's alright. I bottled all my emotions up and combined them into desire. That's not good! For a family? For revenge. Oh. No wonder you were so tense when the wizard aimed a fireball at you. I just forgot that I was fire resistant. There was such a strong fear deep inside my guts that was telling me to flee. So I did. I couldn't help it. Of course you couldn't. Anyone could have done the same thing. I just thought that enough time had passed already, that I could master my fear. Something like that takes longer than you think. I'm also afraid of T-Rexes and zombies. But didn't you have any friends that could have helped you with your feelings? No. The people in the Thieves Guild helped me survive, but they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose the lonely path and was meant for me. That's not very nice of them. But now you have me. And we're best friends now. And accomplices. And we can found our own guild. Like a detectives guild. No. Give us a few more quests and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Fasoa. I'm sure of that. Hello, Hex. And a good mythical morning to you, Innkeeper. This time it's actually still morning. But that doesn't mean it isn't also morning somewhere else in the world as well. Of course not. That's a really cute hat you're wearing. Thanks. Can I try it on sometime? Only if you tell me your name. A tempting offer, I must say. Maybe I should take some notes. Bribery is a must-have skill for every detective. It definitely is. So you're a detective? Yes. Well, I still have a lot to learn. But someday I'll be the best detective in all of Fasoa. I'm Alina, by the way, but you can call me Melly. Happy to make your acquaintance, Melly. I'm Hexagon, Hex, but you can call me Hex. Like, by your last name? No, Hex, as in short for Hexagon, obviously. Ah. And who's that grim-looking fella next to you? Their name is Blade. They could have chosen an edgier and even more obviously fake name for themselves, huh? No, you got it all wrong. I named him. Oh? Didn't see that one coming, I'm gonna be honest. Nice to meet you, Blade. But I think you've gotten enough information out of me. Can I try out your hat now? That's a tricky one. You see the little star pendant on the tip of my hat? Uh-huh. It classifies me as a wizard of the Primordial Sea. A silver one, I might add. One of the Leviathan's most trusted confidants. Ooh. And all of his knowledge is directly transmitted to anyone with a hat like mine. In particular, silver stars like me have access to information that leaked to the masses would break the order of this world. Oh wow! But every silver star has to go through extensive mental training. Such amounts of knowledge would drive any mortal without proper training insane. No. So I can't let you try on my hat without endangering your life. And I couldn't forgive myself if I were the reason someone aspiring to be Fesoa's best detective went mad. That is very honorable of you. But I, the great detective Melina, have concluded that you, Hexagon Hex, are nothing but a bad liar. Ha! You're a great detective indeed. I honestly thought you were pretty convincing, Hex. Thank you. Wait, did you actually believe him? I must admit I considered it for a moment. No way! But I decided for myself that his words were fairly implausible. I just happen to know a thing or two about the Primordial Sea. I've read a few books, heard some rumors, you know how it is. And I really doubt Leviathan would share his precious knowledge with a mere mortal. Nothing against you, Hex. Ah, thank the dragons. For a second I really lost my faith in you there, Innkeeper. I gotta say, you're really convincing. I sure am. Looks like even a great detective like me never stops learning. Honestly, you could have just told me no, though. I would have revealed my name even without a promising magic hat on the line. But it's more fun this way. I think honesty is also a very important skill to master. Whatever you say, detective. But Hex, what brings you here today? Ah, nothing, really. I was just longing for another one of your drinks. You know, the kind that would flood my head with new ideas. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. Wow. Silent owl. Oh. There you go. This should do the trick. Let's see. Oh! I can already feel it. All the ideas, they're manifesting in my brain. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, can you maybe show me a magic trick? Just to test your abilities, I mean. Well, yes, of course I can. I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm a master of fire. Nah, I don't think we should do that. I can create 10 tiny flames on top of my fingertips, for example. Oh. You know, I think I've had enough fire for a while. Oh, I see. Let me think of something else. Oh! You know, there is one more little trick I have in stock, and it doesn't involve fire in any way. Oh, what is it? Please show me. Alright, but you'll have to come closer. Even closer. That's perfect. Now watch carefully. Got your nose! My nose! You're gonna give it back! Come catch me then, detective! Oh, just you wait! You're not going to help her? No. I think she can handle this one on her own. Probably. Okay. Care. This quest up for taking? It sure is. Why else would it be hanging on the quest board? Who asked you, thief? Are you going all by yourself? Of course. I don't do groups. But it could be quite dangerous. Dyria seems to be a hotspot for danger at the moment. Do you want to come with me or what? If so, spit it out, kid. No. Fine. There's nothing this great sword can't cleave through by itself. Won't need much help. Cool. They always like that, Inkip? Depends on who's in the room. Ah, I see how it is. You do? Yes, of course I do. You're like a dragon. You barely know me, so it's obvious that you're reserved as to not expose any weak spots. Sometimes you gotta find the fine line between being reserved and being a tad too edgy. That. Can you stop psychoanalyzing me? Yes. No. Great. Not like you're right with any of your assumptions. You could always enlighten us. I'll pass. But I wouldn't mind another drink. Same as always? Yes, something. You know, something for my aura. Gotcha. Who's in the house this time? He wants another spoken heart? Oops. Thanks. That's good. Enough. Splendid. Oh, I'm sorry. Alright, moving on. What about you, Care? I'd like to know more about the chasm escape that's the path to Doria. I mean, I haven't been there yet. Me either, actually. Me neither. Really? Do you think I never leave this tavern? Do you have any special insights on that this might be useful? Not so much about the situation in Dyria itself, but bits and bobs I picked up over the last days. Enlighten me. As you might have read, travel to Dyria has become a bit of a hazard, collapsing bridges, disappearing animals, nervous diplomats. Sounds like a haven for bandits. Among other things. Either way, I'll get that blue blood to Dyria. Of course. How about a drink to aid with the undertaking? I thought you'd never ask. Any wishes? I mean, this could go either way. Depends on what truly is going on down in Dyria. Timing might be important, being swift and smart about it. Evasion, that's what you call it. I might have a good infusion for that. The feather of a golden loon. A what? Oh, a rare waterfowl. Legend has it the wind still resides in the feathers, which is why they lend you to its speed. Ah, intriguing. Suppose it'd be a great for evasion if you added something for the brains to it. Though I'd be dealing with a diplomat, so a little additional charisma to get me on his good side wouldn't hurt either. Definitely doable. Alternatively, to be prepped for every possible situation, something to up my defenses wouldn't be so bad. How about you? How do you feel about traveling under the blessing of the dragons? I'm all ears. With a little citrin, your weapon strikes would be blessed. Great against the bandits and bridges. That sounds like something my barber would have chosen. Not that she would have needed it. If the situation really is that dangerous, something that give me more protections would fit. If it comes with enough strength to strike back, that is. But being able to evade the threat by being smart and fast about it might be better. You know what, Inkeep? I'll leave the choice to you. You should know what you're doing. Let me think about it. Again, I'm gonna do the pacifist thing and do this infusion, swiftness. Yeah. No. Wait. That's not right. It does. It is this one. That doesn't make sense. Maybe there's another drink. Maybe it's not the Speaking Nebula, but... maybe this one? This one? Because this already gives me these ones, right? So if I then... do that. And this. That gives me... yeah, I think this is the one. Let's let wits, wind, and some kind of words guide your way. Let's... Where you headed? Syria, some diplomat clown is in need of aid. Needs some escorting of sorts. Aye, Inkeep. Is this the escort quest you've been offering? Yep. Bogging crap. I've been meaning to take that one to earn a little bit of coin on the side. Well, I've already committed to it. What if I tell you that I want the quest? Well, you ain't getting it. Simple. Could you stop me? Do you want me to try? I'd love you to. Come on now, let's just go together. Just go together. Who asked you? Exactly. Your conversation is giving me a headache. The solution is as easy as it is efficient. Go together. One takes on the big lads, the other the small ones. Either way, you're better prepared for a fight. If it comes to it. Listen, I'm looking to buy some materials for an important project. Material costs exploded ever since the stars fell. I wouldn't mind a side gig. It looks sturdy. Like you could take a few blows, so... Sure. Let's do it. Let's meet tonight at the crossroad to Themis. We'll leave from there. Great. I'll head to my room to start packing. And to take a nap. Those are effective after all, huh? Oh, shush. You're a brooding fellow, aren't you? This is just who I am. I met fellas like you before. You're all the same. Often you've got the truest hearts of gold. Can we skip the sincerity? My headache is bad enough. Oi, Inkeep. Ria. Kyle keeps talking about fireworks. He's still oblivious about what actually happened. Luck's with the fools, they say. For many, it'd be easier if it had just been fireworks. He keeps blabbering about that letter. Oh? Have you opened it yet? No? Dreading what might be inside? Didn't have the time yet. Suddenly your lines don't sound so empty anymore. Don't think too hard about it. Think about what? Nothing. Of course not. I didn't mean to pry or anything, even though I'm very curious by nature. Good for you. I would agree. That and wanderlust is the reason why I decided to come here. To the tavern, to Zenith, to adventure. Woohoo. Thank you. I've come to inquire whether someone has already embarked on the quest to escort my dear friend to Diria. Very much so. She's sitting right here. Where? Oh! How rude of me. Of course. Hello, brave adventurer. Ria's enough. Hello, brave Ria. You are the one who's going to escort my dear friend? Along with care. That one. Oh, Kellen! Phenomenal! I'm beyond thrilled to learn that my dear friend is going to be in such capable hands. Though, I've been wondering... Come on, spit it out. Could I perhaps join? It's totally alright if not, but this diplomat is very dear to me, and it feels like my duty to aid him. Can you even fight? Well, I can talk. Very well, in fact. I can fight with my words. The wolves hate it. So sure thing. Come along, lad. I'll show you some tricks. We leave at midnight. Really? How exciting. Come on, let's go. Oh! How the turntables! Me going on a very dangerous and important quest. instead of merely reading about it. Seems like you're on the right path of your hero's journey. Indeed! All the stories I'll have to tell when I return, Innkeeper. I can't wait. Farewell, see you soon. Goodbye. See you soon. I hope their quest goes well and they don't run into anything unexpected. What's on your mind? Are there any open quests left? There is one, but it involves social conflict resolution. Sure, whatever. I'm taking this. Isn't it a bit too soon to go on another quest? You just got back. At least have a long rest, replenish some resources. I'm good. Are you sure? No, but who cares? I do. Don't. A bit too late for that, I'm afraid. I already paid you with a story today, so get me one of those quest drinks. Something for another round of violence. You did catch the part where I said this was a social issue. Hiya, Innkeeper! Hiya, Fable! Hiya, Mal! Hi. Yeah. Never mind. Would you like a drink? Actually, I'm here for a quest. Archie told me there was still one left and I wanted to ask if I could take it. Good question, Fable. I see it's on me to answer it. Blade is thinking about taking the quest. Who's Blade? John Malachite. That guy? Oh, nice name. Thank you. But if you're already taking it, I guess I'm too late. I hope you have fun. Why don't you two go together? Together? Is that allowed? Of course! Teamwork is the adventuring world's bread and butter. Most heroic deeds are not done alone. Life would be very lonely that way. It would be, yes. So you should go on this quest together. Combine your individual strength to solve any problems that better than you could ever have alone. And you would get to know each other better in the process. It's a win-win. Blade, what do you think? Would you be okay with that? I guess. Would you? I think so. It sounds fun. Cool. It's settled then. You'll go together. If I can ask, what exactly is the quest about? Archie only mentioned there was one. It's simple. Baya is worried because the Banshee of the Lonesome Lagoon and the Mary Morgan of the Ashen Grove aren't speaking to each other. She fears the end of their relationship would also mean the end of her friendship with them. Oh no, wait, Fable has encountered the Mary Morgan before. Baya is friends with the Mary Morgan? Best friends. Ah, so we need to talk to the Mary Morgan? And the Banshee. What an opportunity. I always wanted to come face to face with the embodiment of sorrow. Don't you think that's scary? No. You know what's scary? failing relationships. Social fights are the most dangerous kind. I find them less scary than wrathful spirits. Seems like together your fears will cancel each other out. I don't know enough about math to dispute that. Speaking of math, Ish, how do you two want to approach this? This is not an easy task, so we must be smart about it. Do you still have any of those Fey crystals? The ones that make you fade into the shadows entirely? Sure do. Good. I suggest you mix those with a hefty serving of intelligence. Then we can turn invisible and come up with a clever ruse to make them fall for each other again without them ever knowing it was us. Do you just want to avoid social interaction? Maybe. Or maybe I just want less fire than last time. Fair enough. I don't know, I feel like they should talk about their feelings. What if their feelings are that they never want to talk to each other ever again? Then they should talk about that too. It's not the point of the quest. I think it is. We should face the problem head on instead of trying to find a way to avoid it. I think I could do with another round of charisma for this one. And maybe Innkeeper, Clay mentioned you have Thunder Sage. That would help us inspire other people, right? Correct. I'll admit it works a little differently for everyone, but I have no doubt you'll figure it out. Speaking of Clay, he wanted me to tell you that he and Tia will make it back in time for the barbecue. Really? That's amazing! Blade, you should come too. We're having a barbecue at the werewolf settlement on the 31st. It'll be great fun, I think. I don't think so. Oh, alright. I have to get back to Rufus at some point. He'll need his wool cut. Speaking of Rufus, if you're here, Fable, where is the sheepfish? Melina picked him up. She said she'd bring him home so he has to spend less time alone. Great. Was that wrong? I told her exactly what kind of food to give him in case he gets hungry while they wait for you. No, it's fine. He likes her. They're a good match. Anyway, we should hurry so you don't miss your barbecue. You're right, Innkeeper. Can you help us pick the right approach? Either invisible and intelligent, or charismatic and inspiring. I trust your expertise. Let me think about it. I definitely think we should do the charismatic one. Yeah, which is this. Maybe. Wait. This one. This one? 1,000 Winds? Fits with that. Yeah. I think a direct approach is the better choice. After all, honest communication is important, right? Would you say so? Very much so. And you? I think honesty is the best approach to any situation, including this one. Agreed. I think the only question left is, where should we start? The Ashen Grove is closer. And you already know where to find the Mary Morgan. You do? Yes, I encountered her before. So she'll remember you. Useful. I hope not. Last time she tried to drown me. Oh, I see. It was pretty embarrassing. I know the way to the Banshee too. It might be smarter to start with the one further away, work backwards and all. That makes sense. Let's do that. Good. But we should prepare first. The journey to Boreas won't be easy. You're right. We should leave tomorrow morning. We should. Wonderful. Glad to know that you'll actually rest between quests, Blade. If I must. You went on a quest with Melly, right? How's it? Fine. Reminded me of my parents. Are they... well? They're dead. Ah! Burned to death. I'm sorry. That's horrible. That's life. It shouldn't be. How old were you when you lost them? 7. Oh, wow. That must have been really scary. It was. Fine. It doesn't sound fine. When I was 7, I ran into a vine-spiked boar while searching for friendly rocks. It chased me through the forest for almost an entire hour. First I thought I was going to die, then I was sure I was never going to step foot outside again. But when they found me crying, my family hugged me so tightly they dried up all my tears. And when I sat in my room, frozen in fear, we danced and played board games until I forgot I was even scared. I can't imagine not having that. I can. It was. Please don't say fine. Scary. Really scary. I waited at home by myself for 2 whole days. I thought the shadows were going to eat me at some point. And when I finally was brave enough to leave, it was too late. You know, it wasn't your fault, right? I know, I never went to feel that scared again. But it's fine, because I fixed it. Fixed it? How? By taking revenge of the... something who caused their death. A popular approach these days. Did that make you feel any better? Yeah, sure. It was just a natural part of my journey, following the path of darkness. It's my destiny. Misery is nobody's destiny. She's right. You shouldn't confine yourself to sadness just because it's what you're used to. Besides, the innkeeper always says you can choose your own destiny. And I decided our destiny is to bring these 2 lovebirds back together. At least for now. I think I need to go. Prepare. For our treacherous journey ahead. You should let Melina know you're leaving. She'll be worried senseless otherwise. Let her know you'll be back. I might not be. Don't be like your parents. Whatever. Time to go. Do you think I should go after them? I think sometimes we need a bit of time to feel our feelings by ourselves, before we feel comfortable enough feeling them in front of other people. That's a no, right? Give him a moment. You'll have plenty of time to be there for him when you're trying to play matchmaker for the undead. Right. We have to do that. Which is fine. I'll be fine. The Mary Morgan probably doesn't even remember me. And if she does, I can just run, or hide, or cry. No matter what, you won't be alone. I can't tell Blade how afraid I am. It'll be so embarrassing. If you want to be there for him, you should also let him know when you're scared. It's only fair. I don't want to burden them with my problems. Being a burden every once in a while is part of the wonderful experience of being loved. Your friends appreciate it when you trust them enough to let them help you. Because when you care for people, you're willing to put in a little work to make them smile. But you already know all this, don't you? I do, but it's just so much harder to keep in mind when it comes to myself. I know, but you've been doing very well, Fable. Or I know, but you have to try anyway. You've been doing very well. Thank you, Innkeeper. It's all thanks to you. That isn't true. I've been trying to help you the best I can, but you're the one who actually has to change. And I'm proud of how far you've come. Let's call it teamwork then. Let's. Anytime. Can I stay for a little longer? I think I need a bit more time before I can face my fears. Always, Fable. Thank you. Morning. It's not morning. Did I sleep that long? No, it's still the same day. Ah, that makes more sense. Not morning, Elfie. Not morning. How did you sleep? Not much. Think your drink made me restless. Archie said you're going on a quest? Yeah, Rhea and I'll be escorting some rich to Diria. Be a little nicer, please. He's Archie's friend. Sorry, we'll be escorting some rich idiot to Diria. He's Archie's friend? I see. That's why he was so excited. Because his friends is leaving? Because his friend's leaving? Must really be craving some peace and quiet. Oh, no. He's excited because they get to travel together. What? He said he's coming along. Since when? Rhea invited him. Great. Is it too late to back out? Yes, don't be a coward. Fine. But I'll need another drink. That would be rather difficult. I already gave you a drink tailored to your quest, and my boosts shouldn't be mixed so irresponsibly right before an adventure. So I'm just supposed to deal with this headache by myself? Yes. Very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. Do you think something exciting will happen on your quest? We'll see. I've got a good feeling about it. You reckon I'm gonna meet another Graudian? Maybe. That would be fun, right? What kind would you like to meet this time? Not sure. I feel like I already met the one I was looking for. What could be greater than tricking a wyvern chimera? You're right. I think that means it's time to befriend the Realm Keepers now. Wouldn't that be something? Which one would you like to meet the most? Gaia. Can't think of a greater honor than that. You? Gaia as well. But I feel like I should pick someone else for balance. Cassiopeia, maybe? I'd love to ask her how she's doing right now. Maybe give her a hug. You'd be the type to give a dragon a hug. What does that mean? That you're very lovely, I think. Something like that. So, fellow dragon enjoyer, who would you pick? No repeats. The first dragon and the origin of everything. Tuat, the great spirit dragon, or Leviathan, the serpent of the primordial sea. Why? You like snakes? I do. I also enjoy elemental magic and swimming and chaos. What was that last one? Swimming. Right. But I suspect your quest will have its merits even if you don't meet any of the realm keepers. That's true. I bet you and Ria will have a lot to talk about. And you can teach Archie more about adventuring. I'm not so sure about that. You're a great teacher. I've learned so much from you already, just by being your friend. Like how to say what I really mean. I'm still working on it, obviously, but I feel so much better when I'm being honest about what I want. You've been getting a lot better at it. Thank you. And Melly loves practicing with you too. She says she wants to ask Ria to build her a great sword of her own. So a regular-sized dagger? Teaching someone to hold a sword is one thing. Guts and bravery are something else. Not sure I can teach Archie something. I'm still practicing myself. You can always practice together. Yeah, speaking of practice, you're going on a quest too, Elfie? I am. Blade and I are going to fix the Banshee and the Mary Morgan's relationship. Is that the Sneaky Twister's new name? It is. Ain't you scared of the Mary Morgan? Only a little. Okay, maybe a little. Do you think she's going to drown me, or do you think the Banshee will? Maybe they'll reunite through the teamwork of drowning me. Probably not. I think you'll probably find some wacky-ass hex solution that no person in the history of dragonkind would have ever thought of. Like being kind or whatever. I'd like that. And if all else fails, you've always got an insane ear echo by your side to pull you out of the water if he can swim. He's sane. Is he? Well, mostly I think he's sad. And sadness can make people feel a lot of the intense things. Like fear or anger or nothing at all. Anything that isn't sadness. It's easy to lose yourself in that, but there's always a way out, if you're looking. You're taking that sheepfish thing along? Maybe. I think you might let him stay with Melina so she isn't so alone. Also, he isn't at risk of losing him. Probably both. Not a bad idea. Would hate for her to be all alone while you two go chasing ghosts. Maybe we can send Grace over to check up on her. Or Hex! No. Guess if you're going with whatever the his name is, you'll finally be able to ask him about his cheesecake recipe. Cheesecake recipe? Melina mentioned he has a good one. I thought maybe he could show me how to make it. That sounds like a great idea. Ask him. You could use my kitchen if you want to. Really? That would be amazing. I'll ask him. Maybe. Andu will be waiting for you. Or, on a completely different note, Care. What happened to those undead snails you wanted to check in on? Well, they're slow, ain't they? Still got a little time to stick around. So you'd say you like it here? It's not too bad here. Though maybe I'd even bring my cousin a souvenir. Hands off my trinkets. I ain't that area go. I'll get her something from the market or the elf settlement. And maybe I'll bring you something back from the farm, Elfie. Oh, I'm so sorry. And maybe I'll bring you something back from the farm, Elfie. You mentioned you'd love to try planting some ghost berries. Either way, I'll stop by sooner or later. Don't want to risk her turning into a werewolf and moving house. No, but seriously, if any more of my family numbers turn into dragon-forsaken werewolves, I'll be joining the Van Helsings. Still don't know if they kill werewolves. Don't care. Do you think I could come with you when you go, I mean? I could gather the ghost berries myself, and I know a lot about snails. You sure you've got away with her family members? She wants to go on adventures. And the snails would love you. Have to agree. You'd probably make it a chaotic mess, but a fun chaotic mess? Yeah. Seems like you guys did end up forming a party after all. Shut up. Okay. Anyway, it's late. I think I should go back to the settlement and catch some rest. Kellen, do you want to come with? We could stop by the werewolf settlement and say hi to Mr. Dragon. Or bye. And sure, I got any tips for you in return, but I can listen to you worrying. Yeah, you're good at that. Do you want to come too, Innkeeper? I'm afraid Andu doesn't do well in civilization, or alone, especially not alone. But I'll be eagerly awaiting your stories. We'll return with plenty. I'm counting on it. Good night, Care. Good night, Fable. Night. Good night. And that's where I'm going to end this video. And you stayed. That says everything. I'll see you next time under the moonlight. Bye!